The universe has bred many terrible things. Things that must be fought, things that must be defeated. One of those things is this fucking awful video game. Hi everybody, welcome to what we will finally Big Damn Plane Stores and playing 2014's TASM 2. Although it might just we are 3 story levels off of the end. So we're going to get to the end. We're going to do a little bit of side questing just to power up as we go. But we're mostly here to get the fuck through this shit. Look at that non-Jamie Foxx looking Electro there. So I made some chocolate and it's amazing. Destroy the electric generators.
You can't get to me, Spider-Man! If you have any sense, you'll run for your life!
Just a reminder, this game has not in story established who the fuck Electro is or why he's doing what he's doing.
You should feel lucky you're on the other side.
This game has not established that. Okay,
just
so
what I always wanted.
That won't help you. I've got more than enough power to burn you
I think maybe the ionic webbing will have something to do with it, but I guess not. Oh.
No one cares. Well, I'll make them care.
So, in this version, he's already in the power containment suit, which is not how he looks at the beginning.
And that's why heaven
Hey,
is full of
Sabola.
angels.
Not how he looks at the beginning. He's for some reason in it already,
I can't get through that energy field.
and he's basically Magneto.
It's drawing the power for it from the generators.
For the light even when you know they'll kill you.
For God's sake. This game. He's controlling drones somehow. Not a power Electro has, but he's doing it. What?
I don't have time to waste on you, insect.
Did that destroy the drone? I can't tell. There was no sound. There was no relevant sound effect to confirm or deny. Oh, this is so bad.
Come to
Get
Spidey.
me. Wait, where's the last one? You were saying it was over here. Oh god. Destroy the turret? There's a turret?
You're just making a fool of yourself, Spider-Man.
Oh my god! The web slinging controls aren't working properly either. Oh, this is terrible. Why did we put up with this stuff in 2014?
I won't let you leave me in the
Like, why did we think this was acceptable in 2014? Heal! Spider-Man,
much for the
heal!
force
It's telling me to
field.
heal, and it
Now I
won't
can
do
get
it!
over there.
It's telling me to heal and it won't do it when I press the button. It does that so much in this game. It gives you
I
prompts.
recognize that guy.
And then,
What
how do
happened
you
to him?
recognize him?
I warned you to stay away.
In the game, you met him in human form in a lab like a week ago. How do you recognize him? This game is fucking terrible. But this chocolate is really nice.
Now it's too late.
Alright, let me heal up. Let me heal up. Let me fucking heal up. You have to be stood up to heal up. That's something it does. That's not a thing it tells you. You have to be stood to heal up.
Nice to see you. To see you.
Ian!
Ooh, pretty.
Ian with a resub. I hope you're feeling better, sweet lady. For those who don't know, we chat on the Discord with subscribers. Love that Ian is a subscriber, so he's on the Discord. Thank you very much, Ian. Ian is currently unwell. Hope you're doing okay. You're not going to make yourself feel any better watching this shit, I'll tell you that for now. Oh, now comic books are showing up on the map. They weren't doing that before, so that's new. Engage Electro. Electro, will you marry me? Oh shit, where's the danger? What? What? He was down here! Why are we suddenly down? Oh god. This game is so poorly mapped.
There's something familiar about you. Max Dillon?
You don't even live.
How'd you know his name? How'd you know his name? You never learnt his name properly. How the fuck do you... Oh, I hate this game.
You said I was your eyes and ears. Said we were partners.
I remember now. I did say that, and I meant it.
Liar. You abandoned me.
What? Like,
Left me in that place.
just a reminder,
Let them hurt me.
the game has not established
All alone
what
in
happened
the
to Max
dark.
unless you randomly find audio
Max,
files.
I don't know what happened to you. I can see you're in pain, but I can't help you unless you let me.
You don't care. I lived my whole life in Compton, and nobody cared. Now you'll all see what it's like.
Other reminder, he is the main villain of the movie. This is our only encounter with him in this game. Steve! Welcome back to a really shit video game. Hope you're doing well,
There's
Coco.
bad people everywhere, Max. I'm sorry for what they did to you. But that doesn't give you an excuse to be one of them.
Game's so bad.
No, really, how do you play video games? Is it like constant systems crash?
Oh my god, like what are these quips? It's so bad. Right, so here's how we damage him. Hit him with the ionic webbing. Keep him constrained for a moment. Then we go back to this like out of our control auto targeting webbing thing, which the game sets the targeting, not you. And then we go in and we punch
I
him.
know we're fighting, but
Okay.
could you recharge my phone?
Oh my god. The quips don't make sense in the context of the moment. Spider-Man uses quips to disarm foes or insult them to make them get sloppy. This is an emotionally damaged dude who's freaking out because of you. He
Now
wouldn't
you
do the
know
quip
what it's
thing.
like.
This is poor writing. Incredibly poor gameplay. How am I? Right now, stressing out about this awful game, but we're going to finish it this stream. We're going to finish it. I'm also weirded out because this is the...
I'll
Like,
hurt them first.
you know,
For a guy
Steve,
full
when I
of
do jobs, I
electricity,
often do
you're
jobs where I
pretty
work away
dim.
from home. Like, I'll get a job and I'll go to that location and I'll be there for a while. So I'm used to being away from home. Being away from home, being away from my wife and my pets and everything, my family. Totally normal to me, part of the job. Tonight, my wife is away in Wales for the night. And I'm weirded out by it.
Whatever
it's really
happened to
strange.
you,
I
it's
thought she's not
affected
gonna
your
be here
mind.
tonight.
But there are people who can help.
I think
Places you
I
can
think
go.
bar her sleeping on the couch during a bad bout of COVID earlier this year for a couple nights. She insisted. She was like, "No, I'm the one who's got it. I'll sleep on the couch." Bar that. Oh, Steve, thank you very much. Beautiful, beautiful man. Thank you, man. Oh my god. Nom nom nom. Chocolate. Despite her sleeping on the couch for a little bit, after getting COVID at Easter, and her staying up all night the other night to finish a craft commission for a TV job, I have not slept alone all night in our bed in probably 2 years. So this is really weird. It's really weird. But while the cat's away, the mouse will play a shitload of this awful game to finish it. And the only takeout we don't order anymore is Chinese, because Lou, since going pescatarian, has never really found any options she likes that aren't a bit bland. So my wife's away all night tonight. What am I gonna do? Get a Chinese. That's my rock and roll plan. Hey, Fov. Welcome back. Not bad. Just playing this awful game, this awful boss level. One of the last 3 levels of this game. Our introduction to Electro, and it's the only time we're going to fight him.
You've got some serious
Oh, I keep
self-esteem
pressing the
issues, don't you?
Insomniac controls. Hype train isn't here, really? Yeah, folks, if you want to support me through this terrible game, throw in your biddies and subscribe if you haven't. Hey Sam, again, apologies if I don't remember names, just because we have a lot of folks around here. And also, I'm thick as shit. Of course I am, I'm still playing this game. I didn't lock you in Ravencroft!
Max, I just found out what they're doing here. Stop fighting.
It's weird how this
Tell
game
the
is
police
like
what they're up to. We can bring
ignoring
them down
all
together.
the story from the movie and its all background detail.
And your power bill's
So
gonna be
strange.
through the roof.
So Max has just shown up in a power suit randomly. And it's like, I'm mad at everyone, and also you for reasons. Spider-Man's just like, oh right, I remember you. No, you
Web
don't.
shooters really
You
don't like
I know it's the
electricity.
point in the movie is he doesn't remember necessarily, but it's like, he does not remember this guy, because the last time we saw this guy, he wasn't a blue glowing man.
Web shooters are disabled. Gotta be careful.
I'll kill you before
Yeah, I've got to
I
dodge those
take
ground
you.
attacks because we need the web shooters to be able to do
First I
this.
felt kind of bad for you. Now not
Oh, it's
so
alright, I
much.
woke up late today as well. After our stream last night, I was up editing and I was rendering videos and I was getting stuff ready for the podcast launch tomorrow. And then I went to bed and I read a shitload of Thor comics because I was enjoying the comic that much. I just kept reading it, even though I needed to sleep. And yeah, I woke up today I woke up briefly when my wife set off the car, and then I woke up at like 20 to 12. Apart from that bit of chocolate, I haven't had anything to eat either because I was just like, well, losing weight tonight, so I'll have some Chinese for tea. So that could be my meal today. I'll have a bit of chocolate, sure. And I'll have Chinese tonight. That would be a treat. He's literally about to pile drive this, as far as he knows, mortal man into the ground. He's a murderer! Spider-Man's a murderer!
No! It's all getting dark!
Hard not to feel sorry for the guy. He was a victim.
Was he?
And if what he said about Ravencroft is true, I've got to shut that place down. Oscorp's one of their big donors.
That's 4. That's gonna be a
Maybe
record.
Harry can help.
Maybe Harry can help with what? The blue man you just pile drived into the ground? Now, if you remember the Amazing Spider-Man film,
Mr. Osborn, you were right. Fisk is buying up Oscorp stock
get
for a
ready
hostile
for
takeover.
a
But as long as you're here,
shoehorned,
I'm confident
extra
we can
rough
stop it.
version of the Goblin.
Right.
Which was
As long
already
as I'm
rushed and
here.
terrible in the movie.
I have it, sir. Richard Parker's spider venom formula. But every time it's been used, there have been serious side effects.
More serious than death? I'll take my chances. Now get out!
Oh, Jesus. The game very loosely established earlier on the task force had a glider. Like a glider and armor suit. And here's the game's main villain for some reason. Cletus Cassidy.
Dr. Kafka, is that supposed to happen?
That's Mr.
No.
Kafka.
I'll shut it down.
What a boring voice. It's nothing like the version of the movie. And Kafka in the comics, she's a much better character. I don't understand this game. Like, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is hands down the worst Spider-Man movie, right? But it has a plot. Like, you can see what the story is. So the fact that this ignores most of the story is weird to me. I don't hate the Kraven plot. I think the Kingpin plot is fine that they've added into it, but like, then they just rush the movie in the last couple levels.
Attention all task force officers. Given the growing threat posed by the masked vigilante called Spider-Man,
Ha! Me?
to escalate Phase 3 of the Suppression Initiative.
Yeah, Garfield's an absolute
Advised,
snack.
There is no Phase 4. This ends now.
I'd rather just Google images of him than watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 by choice.
All units, be advised we have reports of rogue
So our
elements in
menace
the task
meter
force installing
is now just
unknown
full
devices,
level.
possibly dangerous, in populated areas. Proceed with extreme caution.
No way am I letting anyone set off bombs in my city.
We have a suspicious device in Midtown East. All units, evacuate the area.
So now we have to do some like side mission stuff, just so we don't get killed by all the militia out because of the wanted level that's been inflated by the game. Mind, we didn't inflate it. Yeah, go on. What's the horror fact? I see that the webbing thing doesn't work unless you are miraculously somehow facing the drone.
That's a great way to fall on my
Yeah,
tuchus.
and why have I never seen the Amazing Spider-Man films and only know much about Spider-Man thanks to me? While you've never seen them, you'll never understand why the film's made his parents spies. Right? Well, because they are in the comics. That's why they did it, Ian. They are in the comics, though it is left a little ambiguous as to how important they really were. Because it turns out when that revelation happens in a storyline in the 80s, it's all a plot by the Chameleon and Harry Osborn, the then Green Goblin. And that's what that were all about, right? After it's all wrapped up, you realise that maybe they were spies, but they weren't like at this level. The reason why the films are about that, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, is because Sony were rebooting Spider-Man so quickly that they felt they had to distinguish it from the original trilogy in a big way. And the route they chose to go down was there's a bigger mystery as to the Parker lineage and Parker's involvement with the lab that creates the spiders. Richard Parker's involvement. But then they just kind of abandon that. And in the second film it becomes, here's a secret train station lab that I had. There you go, son. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. Now, the deleted original ending for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 features Peter at Gwen's graveside being approached by his still alive father. And the two actors act their balls off with the interaction. And it's interesting because it's like, if that had been the ending to Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think everyone would have been like, okay, I'm a Spider-Man fan and I have no fucking clue where they're going to go with this. That would have been really interesting. We never got it. And they also gave it a different ending. They gave it the I'm the Rhino ending instead. So they never got to use that. Yeah, it's bizarre. It is bizarre. Now, I know what you mean. Peter Parker's meant to be the everyman. And that's something that he can still always be. Like one of the reasons I love the JMS totemic spider totem stuff that was introduced in the 2000s comics is because it's very likely in the Spider-Verse comic book, like about the inheritors and devouring the spider people, the totemic spider people and all this stuff. That stuff basically confirms that, yeah, you were bitten by that spider, by that spider at that moment for a reason. The reason why that doesn't annoy me as a reader, because a lot of readers hate it, they're like, no, the fact that it was preordained, that it was destiny. No, fucking hate it, fucking hate it. No, he's meant to be a lab accident. It's like, he is, but the accident happened for a reason and all this stuff. The reason I don't hate it is because of how Peter reacts to it. Peter looks at this pretty much definitive proof that he is part of a bigger plan, a bigger thing, a bigger idea, a cosmic, mythical, magic-based plot that the universe has for him. He looks at it and goes, nah, maybe, I can't think about it. So the reason I stomach it is because Peter deals with it as though he's just a normal dude going, nah, this is bullshit. No, there's an evil, like, time vampire coming to drain my soul. You say it's part of this totem thing. I don't care. I just don't want him to hurt people, so I need to figure out a sciencey way to defeat him. And that's why I love that shit. So even when they do that in the comics, where they make Peter Parker's story a bit bigger, a bit more mythical, he keeps it grounded. And, yeah, I think Amazing Spider-Man movies were aiming to do that. They failed miserably. But I think that's what they were aiming for. Let's up the seismic blast charge rate. Okay, my webbing's not doing great. Oh yeah, and then they put these barriers around the city to stop you from swinging, which is ridiculous.
You've led me on a merry chase, but now you're mine.
People are dying. What is going on? Oh my god. Yeah, what's artifacts? What's artifacts? Right, look, now there's just a Green Goblin for reasons.
I can't tell the regular task force guys from the renegades. But they're all after me, so it doesn't matter.
And now they're saying that there are renegades on the task force. So they're rewriting the plot of the game as they go. Where are we going?
This belongs at the bottom of the river.
Oh my god, we're swinging to the river! No, what the fuck? Come on. This is so bad.
Gotta move faster.
Here we go. Throw that shit to the river, Spider-Man.
We have a suspicious device in Midtown East.
The guy who plays Bill Wilkins is 140. I'm not sure that's true. I'm not sure that's true, because that would have been when he was making the film. He would have been about 111, 110. That I don't think that's true.
All units, evacuate the area.
Select a comic book page.
I'm Bill Wilkins, and I'm 76 years old.
All mine.
Which just, I'll be honest, if you know Phil Fletcher, it just sounds like one of his puppets. Oh, with Brett Bin, hip hip hip. Oh, Driver Vane. Oh, Driver Vane. I'm Derek McGee, and I'm 76 years old. Ho ho.
I love this part.
Now, I'm not even necessarily a ghost guy. We talked about this before. Like, I'm not a skeptic, but I'm definitely a rational guy, rationalist.
Hey, I'm the one trying to stop your bombs.
So I don't believe in ghosts, but like, if you told me a ghost exists, I'd be like, oh, all right. Fair enough. Like, that's a real thing, I guess. You know what I mean?
I can try to humiliate you less.
Okay, this is ridiculous.
I like hurting people. Let me show you.
I like hurting people. Oh, I hate this game so much.
Here's one for the highlight reel.
I love getting paid to beat punks like you.
Oh god, this is so bad.
This isn't personal. I just think you're a jerk. Okay, maybe it is personal.
Right, grab the bomb.
Here he is.
Ignore the sniper.
Gotta get to the
But
river
yeah, I
fast.
find it really weird that the Enfield haunting case is obviously something very traumatic for a bunch of people. Very traumatic for a bunch of people. And yet, The Conjuring, love the first movie. I like James Wan as a filmmaker. I like the second Conjuring as well. But I really hate one aspect of it massively, and that is the, oh no, this traumatic thing that probably happened to people.
Okay,
either
Dynamite.
really
You
supernatural.
can go boom now.
Either genuinely supernatural or like a horrible traumatic thing where they all perceived it as
Caller
haunted.
reports a suspicious package. Follow evacuation
Was
protocol.
really just a
Bomb
ploy
squad
by a
has
more
been
evil
notified.
nun ghost to lure some Americans to England. Do you know what I mean? It's just very like, really? Like if it was based on a completely fictional event or
pretty.
Ghostwatch style, use the Enfield haunting incident as a inspiration for its story, I think it'd be less gross. That being said, though, that film made my wife fall in love with the Elvis song, Falling in Love with You, and ended up being our first dance at our wedding, so, because of The Conjuring 2. So I have to thank The Conjuring 2 for that. That, and it continuing to employ the incredible physical performer Javier
guys are either
Botet,
renegades or
who plays the crooked man in that
You're
film.
just
Hey,
stupid.
Espresso!
I'll apologize later.
So Javier Botet plays the crooked man in that movie, and Javier Botet's an incredible physical performer.
Come, Spidey.
Best known for things like
Nothing a little ionic webbing
films
can't
like
fix. I still get butterflies.
Crimson Peak.
Oh
He's
no,
incredible.
I didn't.
He plays all
Oh
the
yes,
ghosts.
I did.
The Warrens were consulted, I think. Lou's got one of their own Warrens, like, biographical books. The Warrens were consulted on the Enfield case, but they weren't there. They weren't, like, hanging out. Just a reminder, these guys with orange arms, you've got to hit them with the whatever thing.
And of course, the Daily Bugle never gets pictures of me winning like this.
They never invested in the case.
go
So
for a
I
swim.
thought they were consulted at one point. That was like
Can't
the
always sling
connection they
web.
decided to use as the. Oh, here we go. Like, here's how we can write them into the situation. It's very strange, especially because about a year before The Conjuring, there was a brilliant Sky drama starring Timothy Spall, where he
Just
played
made it.
Morris. Is it Morris Cullen? What's his name? The mustachioed bloke. They did an excellent drama
No one
starring him
plants
in that
bombs
role
in my city.
that did a better job of telling the story. An old career crook named Adrian Toombs runs a new dance club called The Wake. Okay, these are really weirdly specific references to this period of the comics. That's so bizarre. That is so bizarre because in the comics around this time, Mary Jane buys a nightclub called The Wake. And the Vulture's gang start using it as a place to meet, like in the club they meet to discuss stuff, because the Vulture's got a bit of a crime gang at this point. And then the club burns down in a Superior Spider-Man story, I think, when Vulture's minions attack the place. Janet and Margaret saw Lorraine on the set of The Conjuring 2. They hugged her and were crying. Their son-in-law... All right, yeah. Well, I can imagine like it was quite cathartic, because they grew up, obviously...
No one.
In that life.
All available units,
See people who
respond
look
to the
like
Oscorp building. Set up a perimeter and assist in evacuation. We have reports of hostiles on the premises.
Hello,
armed and
Kayla.
dangerous.
Who's this beautiful soul? You tell me, Kayla. You're the one who
Gotta
showed
get
up.
over there fast.
Is it you?
Make
Is
tracks.
it you? Can you call yourself a beautiful soul? Why do they look like Kevin Spacey? I'll never get over that.
Perfection.
They look like Kevin Spacey. Good to have you back, Kaylee. How you doing?
Gotcha.
So I'm just trying to lower the menace level slightly lower the menace level, ever so slightly, so we don't have to deal with as much interference from the bad guy forces, and we can get some more upgrades. But we could just plow on. I think we should plow on. Should we just plow on? Who's the audio log about?
Megan to Ravencroft.
Oh, here we go.
agents.
Look at this.
Activity in the Venom Wing is to be doubled.
So that's how they're going to try and
Authorization
blag
comes
why
directly
Cletus
from Mr.
Cassidy's
Osborn.
got a symbiote.
He
even though
feels
the
that
symbiote's
Richard
not been
Parker's
introduced.
spider
The
venom
Venom
experiments
Wing.
are the key
So
to
it's the-
preventing
it's
him
the
from
name of
sharing
the
his
wing
father's...
of the institute that's now experimenting on it.
And away we go.
Piss poor. If you think this game is bollocks, whip out an om. If you think this game is bollocks, whip out an om. Oh, love a cheeky afternoon nap. If you think this game is bollocks, and it should be called Betty Swallocks. If you think this game is bollocks, whip out an
This is Chakra Attack. We attack you, and we are ready to attack all the negative things in your life, like a car battery, leave you with only the positive. We remove the negative, so you are fully charged and ready to drive down the great freeway of life. Bop, 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 bop. I'm coming through.
I think that about says it. The Warrens turned up uninvited for one day and reportedly told the investigators that a lot of money could be made from the case. Oh, fucking it. Because that's the thing too, right? The version of the Warrens a lot of us have in our heads now is the romanticised version that we've gained because of Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson's portrayals of them in movies. It's entirely possible that they were people who believed in the paranormal and that they were doing good in people's lives. It's also entirely possible that they were massive con artists. Both things are possible. Now you said Poltergeist again, I just want to rewatch Poltergeist, one of the best fucking movies ever made. And one of the most lied about movies ever made. Because it's blatantly
shut this down now.
Not Toe Pooper. Toe Pooper? Toe Pooper. Toby Hooper. Anyway. The guy who directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre directed Poltergeist, except a lot of stories from crew and cast who worked on it said that he was barely around because he just wasn't gelling with it. And Spielberg was shooting E.T. down the road. Spielberg was an executive producer on Poltergeist. His company was making it. He was down the corridor, like, working on E.T.'s post-production. Hello there! Hello, Rebecca! I'm going to give you a little Tom Baker squeeze. He was working on... Welcome aboard. How are you doing? He was working on E.T. down the corridor at the studio, post-production, and it said that he stepped in and directed a shitload of Poltergeist. So, if you think Poltergeist feels like if Spielberg made a horror movie... It's because he probably just blew up a TV for no reason.
You're not taking this seriously. Or are you really that slow?
Can we get some oms for Ian? He's down with the dreaded Rona.
Let's see this again in slow motion.
Sam and Colby. My wife. Haha, it's 2006. My wife got me into Ghoul Boys stuff that was it Ryan Bergara and the other guy's name, Shane.
We should breakdance.
She got me into their stuff. It's fucking.
You should see me do the worm.
And I love that the premise is genius. One of them's a believer, the other one's a massive skeptic. Brilliant premise because it means that you always have a level of really fun take on the things they investigate. Plus, unlike a lot of ghost stuff, they actually, the whole show, this YouTube series, each version, is just a really fun history lesson on the places that they're taking you to. Like, you learn a lot. Hey demons, it's me, your boy. Like, even if they see nothing, you learn loads.
Hey, you'll be less nervous if you picture me naked. You know what? That's weird.
Considering the weird
Why
torso
can't they
of this
all be
Peter
like
Parker
that?
and Spider-Man.
Always feels good to take out the trash.
That guy's got a web muzzle on. So we've already beaten Electro. We started the stream beating Electro like it was nothing. Because the game just decided, oh yeah, he's in the film, we should probably put him in the game. So he shows up. The Green Goblin's now hanging around like... putting bombs everywhere. This is a terrible game. Let's try and go to the main objective, shall we? Oh my god. Oh, and there's a militia after us.
I think I've had enough coffee.
Blocks around stopping us swinging. Spider-Man would never talk like that. I think the main problem with this game is they sort of like upped his quippage. Sometimes it happens at moments that sort of are kind of insensitive.
One, please.
It's really weird. One of these days, we're going to have to hook up the PS2 and play like one of the classic
You've led me on a merry chase, but now you're mine.
Probably not as a big damn play, because they can be quite long. This game is... Again, us just playing the story mode and occasionally doing side missions, this has been incredibly short. Like, we will finish this game in this stream. That's a promise and a threat.
Whoa. Oscorp looks like a bomb went off. Or a bunch of them. We need to find out who did it. I'm sure they can do it. Great. Listen, I know you task force guys think I'm the second coming of Al Capone, but there's a bigger threat right now.
The Goblin gave us this armor after he sprung us from Ravencroft. We work for him,
Oh.
and he wants you,
So these aren't task
or
force
dead.
guys. These are literally prisoners
Spoiler
from
alert!
Ravencroft.
I'm gonna go with option 2.
They've been given militia
Another
gear
one.
and disguise.
Listen, guys, I know crazy doesn't need a reason, but I've never met this goblin you keep talking about.
Well,
They've
the
been
boss knows
disguised
you,
as,
and he's paying us to bring you to him in pieces. That's what it takes.
I love how that's a legit point as well. I have no idea who this goblin is, because the game hasn't established any of this shit.
Okay, listen up, minion number 4. I want answers. Your pals made it sound like Harry Osborn is this goblin person.
Oh.
But he'd never do that to his own company.
Like, what? What is with this story? Like, flying... Oh, my God. After this, we really need to play something with a good story.
And it'll be perfectly legal.
We kind of got spoiled with Life is Strange 2 Colors, really, didn't we? That was gorgeous. Gorgeous storyline. Beautifully told. Excellent script. Perfect voice acting. Oh, Steph in that game, Katie Bentz, started following us here on Twitch. She's a streamer.
Man, I was in the zone. Look at this place. You could all come crashing
Random
down.
hostages just randomly
Anyone's
hiding
still in there,
out
I've got to get them out.
in parts of the building.
Fast.
Why are the hostages just on the skyscraper?
Bless
We
you.
def got spoiled
I
with
thought I
Life is
was
Strange.
dead.
We absolutely did. Big ups to Chewie if you're here in chat.
I can't breathe.
I'm randomly stood on this skyscraper for reasons. Help me, Spider-Mans.
You're a real hero, Spidey.
Let me just heal up. Apparently doing that to my arm with webbing is healing myself. Where's the other person? Oh, they're over here. Shit. Lift debris.
Hurry!
Oh look, it's referencing one of the best moments in all the comics. And they do nothing of it. Hurry, I can't hold it for long. That person didn't even move.
I'm gonna write the bugle.
He didn't even
Tell
move.
them they're wrong about you.
So saying hurry didn't mean anything. Oh, this game's awful. Oh god, I hate
God, Harry Osborn, is that really you?
Does it look like me?
Right, okay, so, in the film, Harry turning into the Goblin is really convoluted and stupid anyway. In this, it's extra rushed, his hair colour's completely changed from blonde to dark brown, and for some reason, he's gone from sounding like this. Peter, you have to talk to Spider-Man, to talking like this all of a sudden, out the fuck of nowhere. This game is awful.
No. Harry Osborn's dead thanks to you. All that's left is the Goblin.
You couldn't wait.
Why is he a goblin? Why is he a goblin? Why is that what he's gone toward? I'm a goblin now. Like, what does that mean? Oh god.
Wait, could you? You tried something else.
Richard Parker's Spider-Venom. And look, I'm a new man.
I warned you. What could happen?
I'm dying, you idiot. What else was I supposed to do?
You could have let me do research.
No. From now on, I take what I want, no matter who I have to kill.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's so fucking bad. Guys, this game is awful. The story,
Come
the
to Spidey.
pacing, it's so bad. It's like, I tripped up and stubbed my toe. Now I'm the gargoyle. Like, what? I couldn't find a tuna sandwich for I sound like Doofenshmirtz from I sound like Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. I'm the Green Goblin. And how did that happen? Well, I'll be honest, I don't really understand. Where... Right, we need to go back to southern Manhattan. No! Oh, Christ alive. Let's just get this bastard story done, shall we? Our menace level's up again, so we've got to be careful.
One, please. I love this part.
I like how the goblin doesn't even sound like that in the movie. It's just like, why? Who made that choice? Like, he's not Willem Dafoe in the original ones, which is fucking perfect. I love how, and I'm going to say it, it's been, what, 7 months since it came out, so No Way Home spoilers are totally fine. I love how Willem Dafoe plays the Green Goblin in a completely different film series, shows up in the MCU in No Way Home, and this is no insult to other actors who play villains in the MCU, because they've all been pretty fucking excellent, but shits all over every other villain performance in the MCU. With just that one little moment in in No Way Home, where it's like, Norman's on sabbatical, honey. You're just like, ah, he's back, my boy. Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good. He's just over there as well on that shelf, little Green Goblin. He's chilling his bean. Oh, love it. Love it. Love that for him. Love that for us.
Away we go.
Do we get XP for
Ionic webbing. Sorry,
destroying these?
it's just fun to say that.
Because it hasn't actually explained it. Was that XP? That was XP. Okay. So, I mean, because we're not doing all the tasks, that shit's going to keep happening. Those things showing up to stop us from webbing. It's ridiculous. It's a terrible system, the Menace Hero system in this game. It's terrible. And I'll be honest, I don't really understand.
Score!
It was lovely when Toby and Andrew showed up, because it was just this lovely collective feeling of like, oh hey, we all like Spider-Man movies. Like, it's cool to see them reprise the roles. I just really hope that like companies don't become obsessed now with just, we've got to do cameos from old things, because that will get really fucking dull. Like, I like how Multiverse of Madness did it with the Illuminati, but by going, here's a bunch of alternate versions of characters that are not going to be around for the next 20 minutes. They are going to be gone in about 10. So just enjoy it. It's fun. Like, it gave you cameos only to do horrible things to them, which I quite liked. I don't want it to continue being a thing. Like, when everyone watches a new Marvel series on Disney Plus and goes, oh, right, and which hero's going to show up before the end of it? Like, everyone always speculates on a different hero showing up as a cameo toward the end. I'm like, why? That's not important. Tell the story you're here to tell. Like, you know, no random hero cameoed in WandaVision toward the end. Everyone was like, oh, Doctor Strange is going to be in it. Why? He doesn't need to be. He's not part of this story. Same with the... I'm having a moment. Falcon and Soldier. People were speculating there was going to be a cameo from another hero toward the end. Didn't fucking need to be. And there wasn't. We got one at the beginning. Don Cheadle showed up as Rhodey in the first episode. There you go. You know? It doesn't make it special if they do it every time. Exactly, Rebecca. Spider-Man No Way Home was the way to do it. Now, obviously the Flash movie, and that's a whole other fucking separate thing. If you want to hear more about that, tune into Big Damn Cast tomorrow on YouTube. Big Damn, a pop culture podcast. Yeah. That Flash movie was in production around the same time as No Way Home, so the fact they've got Keaton's Batman in it doesn't bother me so much. That film will never get a theatrical release, I'm telling you now. The Flash, I kind of, you know what, Sam, I kind of hope Wanda isn't alive. And the reason I'll say that is, we've established now that she's one of the biggest threats to anyone in the MCU. Like, Thanos was shit scared of her in Endgame, to the point where we brought in a nuclear strike. And then she was the adversary on a magical cosmical level in Multiverse of Madness. I think because she kind of comes to her senses a little at the end and destroys the temple to stop it all going horribly wrong for the rest of everybody on the planet. It's as close to as a redemption as she's going to get. I think you leave Wanda dead now. I think you leave her dead. There'll be someone left to raise them. Oh, yeah. Do you have a family? Yes. They have 2 children. Do they have a mother? Yes, good. There'll be someone left to raise it. That was horrible. Yeah, I want that to be the end of Wanda. I love what Lizzie Olsen's done with the character again. There she is. I love what Lizzie Olsen's done with the character. There's another one over there. But I think you leave it there. I think leave it there for Wanda. I think it's time to focus on the next wave. If you've not been watching Ms. Marvel, for example, please change that. It is fucking infectiously wonderful. It is one of the best shows that I've watched. How cool is this? Because it's just so... It's got so much personality. It has so much personality. Yeah, it is weird that Warner Brothers are barely promoting League of Super Pets. Yes. Because, like, that could be a fun project.
If you want help, you don't have to fight me. I'll do whatever I can to cure you.
It's reminding me how to web swap.
And turn me back into that whiny trust fund baby.
What?
I don't think so.
So his disease and the attempted cure have now given him a split personality?
What you've done didn't just affect your body.
Oh, it's so weird.
It's twisted your mind.
This game is so shit.
I don't have to let anyone do.
Oh, you're gonna binge Ms. Marvel in one go? Fair enough. I recommend it though. It's amazing.
Always waiting for Daddy to come and hug me.
Last night's episode was phenomenal because it was basically just a big fucking history lesson about like Pakistan, the partition of India. It was beautifully done, and the last shot was haunting, like so upsetting. It was wonderful.
I'll analyze your corpse and find out why you're stable. Then I'll do it myself. Cure the disease, but keep the power.
That's the first time anyone's called me stable. I gotta admit, you've set the bar pretty low.
Spoiler alert, the reason why the chemical's stable in Spider-Man's body is because it turns out, and this game doesn't establish it well, the film does, that the spiders in the experiment were partially fused with Richard Parker's blood. That's why Peter got powers when he was bitten and didn't just die, because like the DNA was already sort of coded within there. That's why the cure's fucked up Harry, because he does not have that blood. So if Harry inspected Spider-Man's blood, he would find out the connection to Peter Parker, Richard Parker, and that's the whole drama of the movie. It's convoluted as fuck. Keanu Reeves as Batman should be getting bums in seats. Oh yeah, in League of Super Pets, great casting for that version of Batman. Great casting. I need to get back into Loki. I started it. It's the same with WandaVision. Completely forgot. Oh my god. Seriously, Sam, stop watching this shit and go and watch WandaVision. WandaVision is some of the most interesting stuff that they've done with any of those properties ever. It's phenomenal. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a really cool, like, espionage, buddy cop action series with one of the most, not the Power Broker, not Carly Morgenthau, John Walker as Captain America is one of the most compelling villains that the MCU's ever done. He's so good. I agree, Sofresso. I agree. It's like when Doctor Who did the Demons of the Punjab episode, and people were like, "Why have we never learnt this in school?" And it's like, because the school system is systematically rooted into that like Rule Britannia, like low-key racism shit that we're all coded with because we used to be an empire. So they don't want to remind you that Britain and the English could do horrible fucking things and did horrible fucking things throughout history. Ms. Marvel does not shy away from that. In fact, the British get called out a lot. That is great. What else? Falcon and the Winter Soldier is great. Loki is a fantastic Douglas Adams-esque time travel-y spacefaring adventure that turns into something a lot more heartfelt about learning to love yourself. What If is a fucking great animated series, and if you've watched the MCU movies, if you watch like the Infinity Saga, for example, if you watch like up to Endgame, What If is like, hey, let's play with some of the things you know, and it's great. Some episodes are a bit, some of them are, oh, this is wonderful. Hawkeye is a really, really fun action series with a breakout performance from Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. And if you loved the next Netflix MCU shows, definitely watch Hawkeye. No spoilers. And Moon Knight is a really intriguing series, but I'd say Moon Knight's probably better binged, actually. I enjoyed it, but I think it probably would work better as a binge watch, because its third act is the last episode. It's like first act for 2 episodes, second act is 3, and then act 3 is the last episode, and it kind of feels a bit... It feels earned when you get to it, but I think binged it probably be a bit more tasty. And Ms. Marvel so far is glorious. It's so much fun. Right. It's like if you ever grew up loving Spider-Man, like that whole, you know, the secret identity storyline with the superhero and all that stuff, Ms. Marvel's about that. And Kamala and her family are wonderful characters. And it's you know, like Muslim culture in America is very rarely depicted in mainstream stuff.
Trying to extend his life
and that's what Ms. Marvel is all about.
Don't make the same mistake, Harry. This is crazy. You're not helping anyone doing this.
Where is he?
Not even yourself.
I'm analyzing your every move.
Right, so if I do that,
Something you never let me confide.
right, okay, I understand what's happening.
And that's it.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't really
Able to
understand.
do when you're dead.
Oh no, Loki's evil. Loki's fucking evil. But the thing is, he has the potential to be better. The first Thor movie, again, I'm talking more from the comics perspective. Loki's evil as fuck, but he has the potential to be a better person. And because he's an Asgardian, you know, he's an Asgardian, so he's a god. Like, his lifespan could be thousands of years. That's a lot of time to right your ship and do the right thing and be a better person. Comics Loki in recent years has been trying to do that. He's been delving into that. Movie Loki, yeah, is a sympathetic character in a way. You see in the first Thor movie that, like, he's always felt like he's living in someone else's shadow or under someone else's thumb. But what he does in the first movie, he does just to fuck everyone up and be like, now notice me! And it's like, you've nearly killed people and you've destroyed places and you're a fucking idiot. So then he has a strop, teams up with Thanos, the events of Avengers and Phase 2 and everything happen. He then tries to still gain power, like between Dark World and Ragnarok. Father! Oh shit! And then he rights his wrongs and redeems himself by doing something decent at the start of Infinity War. The show Loki is about the less nice Loki going through a personal journey of self-discovery. So yeah, MCU Loki absolutely isn't evil, but he still has to work at being a good person. Comic book Loki has time to do that, but comic book Loki's fucking nasty. Charming, entertaining, nasty. Like, he's a villain you love to hate. He's a really interesting villain. All the best villains are the ones that you'd like to spend some narrative time on, even if they're nasty bastards. It's like the Joker as a villain you'd like to spend time with, because he's an interesting villain. But he's still a piece of shit. Okay, I'm not sure how we're going to heal that. Yeah, we might have to replay this. Heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up. Yeah, we're gonna have to miss this goblin attack. So we can heal up. Oh no, we're still on
bad guys are wearing this season.
I've been binging Thor comics like crazy lately. Oh Jesus. So much so that I went to bed last night to read a little bit more of the current Donny Cates run of Thor, about a year and a half behind. I was like, I'll just read one issue. I read an entire story arc, and it was fucking incredible. It was like it was the Thor comics version of a slasher movie, starring Donald Blake, Thor's original like alter ego.
Oh, come on, don't cry. I can try to humiliate you less.
Oh, again, Cactus. Yeah, that's absolutely the message in the MCU. Absolutely, that is the message in the MCU. That's why, like, his connection with his foster mother and everything, like, is what it is. Why it hits him and Thor so deeply. Like, the moment Freya gets killed in Dark World, and Loki hears of it, like, that's the moment where he realizes, oh shit, like, I do have something to lose. Where he's just sat there in his cell weeping. Is like, yeah, absolutely. Then he's still a bastard. He still, like, tries to rule everything and be an utter twat. But his plan isn't, like, world destruction after Thor the Dark World. It's just getting his own way. Yeah. But prior to that, like, Thor in the movie Thor and Avengers is a bad guy. No, sorry, Loki in the movie Thor and Avengers is absolutely a bad guy. He kind of comes to his senses a bit with the death of his mother. Oh my god, these controls are so weird. Like, the prompts are bizarre. What is it? Is this meant to be exciting? There's no one on the streets.
Caught in the middle of your grudge match. These are people, Harry. People with lives, families, and friends who love them. Just because you didn't have that doesn't give you the right to take it from anyone else.
No one gave a damn about me. Why should I care about?
Why is his health barely being affected? How big is his health bar? Oh my god, he's got a flat. So again, just to you can tell how much the game makers weren't given access to the production of the movie. Like, Harry's got pointy ears here made out of like the hover system controls for the glider. He doesn't have those in the film. It's like the game makers are going, well, they're giving us this fucking tech suit. Apparently you're gonna put the oven in the pizza. What? What? Have a good shift at work, Rebecca. Don't work too hard. So don't work yourself too hard. I mean, do work hard, because that's how work works, isn't it? Oms for Rebecca, folks. Let's crack on with this shitty boss fight.
Not that, but I could do better. Maybe I'll figure out how to get myself out. Like yours, I'd be a much better Spider-Man than you ever were. Snazzier costume, maybe some accessories.
What is with this dialogue? I want to be Spider-Man now for some reason.
I know you're dying. I know you had it rough. But I'm not gonna let that hold me back anymore. I'm sorry, Harry.
No! You can't do this to me!
Wait, how much of his health have we just taken off?
I'm strong!
What do you mean I'm the goblin? Why are you a goblin? There's no explanation for it. Locate danger. Glider behind us because they're ripping off ideas from other stories. Oh, Jesus.
Kill me. I don't want to live
hey,
like
Nan.
this.
Yeah,
he's
got a weird goblin voice, which he doesn't have in the movie.
Think it's hard for you? There are people sick, dying all over the world, some with the same disease, who don't have your money or resources. Even if you don't want to keep fighting for yourself,
your same mystery disease that's never been explained.
And do whatever you can to make up for them. The greatest man I ever knew, Tom.
Oh no, it's just a Gwen. Really absent. They broke up. That's the only mention we've had. They broke up. Well, I'll be honest, I don't really understand. Oh my god.
All units. We're getting alarms from the Ravencroft Institute.
That's it for Green Goblin. The main villain at the end of the film. Gone. The main villain of the whole movie. We dealt with him in one fight.
Respond. Repeat, cannot respond.
I better get over there now.
Gotta avoid those things, if you hit them, you get attacked by militia. Here we chuffing go.
There's a riot at Ravencroft. We don't have the manpower to handle it. All we could do is close the bridge, seal it off.
What about the people who work there?
We sent in some task force guys to evacuate. They're having a bad time. Any chance you can lend a hand?
On my way.
Huh, you look like a ventriloquist doll. Here we go. End of the game. Maximum carnage! Oh, Christ. Here we go.
This is a nightmare. How'd it get so bad so fast? It's like someone deliberately freed all the most dangerous inmates.
I bet there's a photo option as well.
This is worse than I ever imagined.
Parker! fuck off. Project Venom. Okay. Right, what technique do we want to upgrade for this final section? Ionic webbing. With an added chemical compound, Spider-Man increases the power of the ionic webbing to the point where reinforced metal and body armor shatters on impact. Good. There, that one helps.
The staff and the non-violent inmates are in a bad spot.
Oh look, now the inmates have symbiote for some reason.
This is gonna hurt. Bad.
Literally no reason why.
This doesn't mean you're a bad person. Well,
like why do they have symbiote? Why is symbiote in this game suddenly?
You're gonna love this. I've got to evacuate anyone who's not involved in the riot. Seismic blast has a way of bringing people together.
Does the seismic blast affect the symbiotes? It should do, because it's Sonics.
Spider-Man, get me out of here!
Get out of where? So you can do that to the truck apparently.
It got so bad, so fast.
Free
Glad to help.
the innocent.
Now get as far away from here as you can.
Free the innocent. Oh no, it's the interior web controls, the really awful clunky ones. Oh, and you're indoors at the levels.
He's here! Nail him! I've got to evacuate anyone who's not involved.
What is he doing? He's just standing there taking the hits!
Boom shakalaka!
Ah, yes, a classic Spider-Man. Boom shakalaka. Why is he giving us this much ground to cover?
Now isn't that more attractive?
There we go, less hits to get their arm.
Here's one for the highlight reel. Got him.
The wall for reasons.
Lousy time for my web shooters to stop
why
working.
would that stop us from... Oh my god.
Can't leave now.
Why would that
People are in
stop us? It wouldn't stop us from being able to
anyone
swing.
who's not involved in the riot.
This game's so bad.
You've led me on a merry chase, but now you're mine.
I wish you had a ground slam.
All mine.
Ability at this point. That'd be really handy.
I'm getting too far away
No,
from
we're
the
not!
action.
We've swung around that building!
Hey, you'll be less nervous if you picture me naked. You know what? That's weird. Don't do that.
And I'm dead. Is it our first death of the playthrough? I won't be surprised if the guy who voiced Cletus Cassidy voiced most of the other villains in the game.
This is a nightmare. How'd it get so bad so fast? It's like someone deliberately freed all...
Alright, so
both the staff and the non-violent inmates are in a bad spot. I've got to get those people out. You're deep inside. You're just a scared kid, aren't you? Too bad you're not on the outside. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did.
that's a legit great line.
Ionic
On the inside, you're a scared kid. Too bad you're not on the outside. Actually, no. It's like Spider-Man punching a scared kid.
Spider-Man! Get me out of here! Thank you. It got so bad, so fast.
It went south so
fast! Get as far
fast!
away from here as you can. Time for a bombing run! We should breakdance fight instead! Oh, you should see me do the worm. You're gonna love this! Well, I will. I've got to evacuate anyone who's not involved in the riot.
Okay, so we will. This terrible swinging system is just in this section. Oh. No worries, dinner's important. Says the guy who's on some chocolates today.
Quit fighting like that. I'm supposed to be the funny one.
That's a good Spider-Man clip as well. Quit fighting like that. I'm supposed to be the funny one. Oh my god. Cannons! Cannon small.
Target acquired.
Let's make this guy more vulnerable to the random monsters that attack. Remember, Ravencroft features in the first game too, but just as a prison. Sorry, as a hospital. We can't interact with that guy. He's not there.
Anyone who's not involved in the
Oh my god, that was a really shit glitch. That man wasn't there. We couldn't interact with him. Please heal. God, that was so stupid. Oh god, the combat in this game is awful! So we need to web that guy, but because the way the game's structured, you can't target someone specifically, and it's not intuitive enough to know that you mean the person in front of. It just assigns the web targeting to a random character in the fight.
Being really awesome on my enemies. I've got to evacuate anyone who's not involved in the riot. I'm trapped in here.
In where? In where? In what? Get your leg out, son.
Spider-Man, you rock. Don't thank me yet. You need to get to safety.
I'm pressing it. See, it says R1, so I'm pressing R1. He's gonna get up now, isn't he? Yeah.
Honestly, that's an improvement on what you were wearing. I've got to evacuate anyone who's not involved in the riot.
It's such a bad game. Oh, this is so bad. Right. Oh my god! Did you see that?
Gotta get back to the action.
No! I don't have to get back to the action! I'm trying to get distance so I can heal! The mechanic you're telling me to do! Oh my god, this game is so bad. It is so bad. The screen's going heal, and I'm like, I can only heal if I get a safe distance. And every time I try to get a safe distance, you take me back to the action.
Picture me naked. You know what? That's weird. Don't do that. I've got to evacuate anyone who's not involved in the riot.
This is such a bad video game.
Please! Get this off me!
We're having fun with the garbage again.
Thank you.
But my god.
I was so scared.
After this, I'm gonna have a shower.
Head for the bridge. The police will get you out.
Is that Mencken? Look at his non-concern. His reverse concern, almost. How the hell did we get there?
Spider-Man, help me!
Yeah, we definitely came in the first one because we spoke with the lizard.
One, please. Ethan's, you're just a scared kid, aren't you? Too bad you're not on the outside.
Yeah, because it was in this courtyard. So some of these areas were featured in the first game. You had to sneak around and talk to George Connors because he was locked in. I like how an Insomniac Spider-Man, you know, the really fucking good Spider-Man. they go, we don't just have to use Spider-Man or more Spider-Man associated things. So the place where the supervillains will get isn't a mental institution like this, a mental hospital which is meant to be about helping people
Come on,
and rehabilitating criminals
I
with
can try to
psychosis.
humiliate you, Les.
They just use the raft because they're like, it's a prison in Marvel, we know it's off the coast of New York somewhere, like let's just use the superhuman prison. This one could have used that too. Chose not
And
to.
the judges give Spidey a perfect score. Mencken, right? You work for Oscorp. I'll try not to hold that against you. What happened here?
It was Cassidy. We tried treating him with an experiment.
Don't. I know what you and Fisk were up to. Using these people as guinea pigs.
Okay, fine, but the danger's real. Cassidy changed into something horrible, deadly, and he wants to make more like him.
Cassidy's a monster man now for reasons. Oh no, an interview. How do I stop Cassidy?
How do I stop Cassidy?
I'm not sure you can. You'd have to overwhelm the symbiote we injected him with. Stop it from functioning. Inflict too much damage for it to handle. Right. Perhaps with fire.
So it's just
or
flat out
intense
symbiote.
vibrations. It's all theoretical.
Garbage.
We planned further studies, but...
What was the serum you gave him?
What did this nutball cocktail of yours do to him?
I don't fully understand it.
Not be honest, I don't really understand.
But like everything else, the goal was to cure the Osborns. In this case, by creating organic, intelligent life forms.
Oh, Jesus.
Nanites that rely on the body's survival for their own.
So in this continuity,
now listen to me. Any disease, any damage, they can recognize and heal.
Medicinal,
as well as protect and defend the host.
Aid, I guess.
A symbiotic relationship.
Jesus. What is Cassidy's goal?
More. Cassidy's a loony psycho killer. When did he turn into a social butterfly?
He had an
What was that
abusive
more
father,
in
absent
reaction
mother.
to?
He was always jealous of other kids with loving, stable families.
So he's trying to create one?
Yes. Out of the most dangerous inmates at Ravencroft.
Oh,
he wants to build a family in his image.
Oh, like in the Maximum Carnage comic book storyline, which is way better than this by 1,000 times. Waiter, I'll take 2 of the nutball cocktail, please.
I'll get you outside, which is more than you deserve. But then I have to go after Cassidy.
I'll get you
agree.
outside.
He's headed for the sub-basements, where the most damaged inmates are kept. Now, if he makes them into beings like him, no place will be safe.
Oh. Jesus. Go on, then are we going to get him out or what? I bet there's like collectible audios around here or something. Let's just run around with Mencken a bit. Walk through the fire. Some people never learn. No worries, Sam. You do what you need to do, Cockle.
Okay, I'm fine from here. My car's outside.
Get to
We
a
are
hospital.
outside.
Tell the police everything.
Oh my God.
Or after I'm done with Cassidy, I'll come looking for you.
Just the voice lines and everything. None of it makes sense. We are outside. Oh! Little blatant, but that was hilarious. Like, he's being duplicitous as fuck. That he was nowhere near as injured as he says he was. I'm pressing R1! Stupid game. Well, what else can we do? We have to enter Ravencroft. We can't do anything else. We can't swing back to the city.
Heavy-duty security. Wonder what they had here. I get the feeling something seriously wrong was going on here.
Yeah, climb back, because we can't do anything. Well, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I hate this game. I did not choose to do that then, to drop down.
Ionic webbing! Sorry, it's just fun to say that. Here's one for the hot. That water's got a live current in it. Gotta stay on high ground.
sort of a recreation of the cell that Max has kept him in the movie. Sort of. So he's dead. Okay.
Now isn't that more attractive?
Like, doesn't matter if the bad guys see us, because they've got the armor on, so we have to fight them. We can't sneak attack them. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. So this is meant to have been Max's cell. Is he in there? No. So...
Target acquired. This isn't personal. I just think you're a jerk. Okay, maybe it is personal. Come to Spidey.
Bad. This game is so bad. This game is really fucking bad.
And of course the Daily Bugle never gets pictures of me winning like this.
This is just an alternate route into the room. It is, yeah. Okay. Okay, so we've got to do about that. Right, so how do we get to that? Can we get to that? Oh, right, there's a tiny hole. Click on.
Electrical equipment, burn marks. I bet this is where they...
Here we go.
Spider-Man. I thought he was my friend.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought he cared. He hurt me bad.
Did he?
He said
God.
I was his eyes and ears. But he lied. They all lie.
Ian, I've just seen what you said on the
know
Discord.
what he
Yes,
can
that is
do
what I
now.
meant by that.
He won't trick me this time. He'll never send me back
It
to
was a double
Ravencroft, and he
entendre.
can't kill me. Energy can't be created or destroyed,
God.
only transformed. And I've only just begun.
Transforming.
Max Dillon.
Now what?
I get the feeling there's something behind that wreckage.
So let's wreck. Alright.
Gotta stay out of that water.
Oh, shit.
Or I'm gonna get one heck of a jolt.
Let's look at that, it's saying web the guy, but you can't do it. So you stay still.
And me without my marshmallows.
Jesus, this game. Heal, Spidey! You can't heal. You can't heal. You can't heal. You can't heal when you're perched. You have to be stood up.
Ooh, pretty.
Right, stand up then, you prick, so we can do the heal bit. I hate this game. I hate it. We chose to play it for a laugh. My God, I forgot just how bad it can be. Fa. Last boss now, though, anyway. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hey! Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
The Venom Project.
Jesus.
Huh, great. Why is it never the Puppy Project or the Chocolate Project?
Because neither of those are a dumb shortcut Sony's using.
stop Cassidy before he makes things even
Come
worse.
on then, get off the rail. Oi, have a look. You right, Steph? Take care of yourself, Sam. Don't do anything daft. Welcome, Steph, to the final boss fight in what is, hands down, one of the worst gameplay experiences we've been through. But a lot of fun to take the piss out of. The Chocolate Project. I too would like to be involved in the Chocolate Project. I think I'd have a lot to offer.
Now, you're trapped in my web.
Oh my god!
That's why heaven is full of angels.
Spud-faced Selwyn.
Don't fear the darkness. Let it in. Then you'll be like me.
Hello. Yeah, I was going to say that's a Prez reference.
I've become my true self, Spider-Man. Hey, you can't too. I'll show you how.
Oh, fuck you.
I know what it's like to be part of something bigger. You'll find.
What on earth is that? Actually, it doesn't look like anything.
It's a
from
lazy
Earth.
symbiote.
I've never seen anything so horrible in my life.
I have a growing family, Spider-Man. So
It's a lazy last-minute inclusion of a version of the symbiote.
I think I'll feed them. You.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
My friend is
And I've
hungry.
seen Cats, the
It
movie.
wants a nice fat spider to munch on. Rejected my gift, but I have another one for you. Death.
Jesus
All
Christ.
the voices in my head agree. You have to die.
This is so bad. I was having dairy milk at the start, Ian. Lucy had left me some. She bought a load of snacks for her on her dad's journey today, and she just said, when you go in the fridge, have a little look on the top shelf. And I did. There was a bar of dairy milk in there. In the fridge, because it's warm as balls outside. Not sure where the Venom Project clue was. Guess we missed it. Here we go. Final fight. Do I have any Doctor Who toys in my collection? I was going to say, can't you see them? But I've just realised the camera angle means no. There's a fair few up there. All the Doctors, some of the Masters, a lot of Daleks are up there. We switch to this webcam. Big remote control Daleks, a TARDIS back there. So there's quite a few. I had my 13th Sonic to hand as well, but the batteries are finally going on it. One of the first Sonics where the batteries have died, despite the fact I've still got some from like the Tenant era that haven't died yet, which is remarkable. I mean, they've probably melted, let's be honest.
Cassidy! That's as far as you go. One of you is already too many.
I'm not Cletus Cassidy. Not anymore. I'm my true self now.
We just take a moment to acknowledge how lazy it is that the animation of the tendrils is just a separate swirl animation just layered on top of him. Like, look at him. Do I have Sarah Jane Adventures and Torchwood toys? I've got all the monsters that came out with the Sarah Jane Adventures action figure line. I sold a few of the Sarah Janes, though, because it was just a lot of Sarah Janes. And I never got any of the official Torchwood ones. I've got characters from Torchwood. But my wife's got a Gwen Cooper somewhere from the Torchwood toys.
Oh, I'm Carnage.
Oh, Jesus. I'm Carnage. Like a Harry Osborn's just randomly the Green Goblin all of a sudden.
Seriously, I don't think there's much.
To the flame with you.
Poor little spider.
Oh, that was it.
You're just
so that
not ready to see the truth, are you?
I didn't web up your mouth because I don't want you to suffocate.
Just a reminder, this is an early PS4 game, so it's late PS3 style graphics. Spider-Man suits, texture-wise, look pretty damn great, right? But look at Cletus's, like, look at the textures of the symbiote on his body.
You're starting to talk me out of it.
See,
That's like
you
PS1
think
level.
you're joking, but I know what you won't admit to yourself.
What's that, you prick?
When I killed those criminals, you were happy. You were grateful to me, weren't you?
No,
It's not too late to understand.
I'll be honest, I don't really
I'll
understand.
tell you whatever you want to know.
Are we going to interview this man lying on the floor? Oh, God. What are you really after?
Say you're searching for answers in death, but what were you trying to do when I stopped you? Make others like you? A family?
So we can spread the message, the truth, that chaos and death are the only—
Wrong.
What was that?
You're trying to create
Ooh.
a family because you never had one. You weren't looking for death, Cletus. You wanted the life you never had. Now who's not seeing the truth?
What are you trying to understand?
You said you kill to understand death. What are you trying to understand?
The meaning, the truth, the secrets it reveals about all of us that we're afraid to see.
I can tell you that. Death is a part of life. It happens. Sometimes for a reason, sometimes for no reason. You're wasting your time looking for some cosmic answer in death. Life is where you find meaning. And buddy, you've wasted yours.
Why do you say we're alike?
What makes you think I'm anything like you?
You wanted to do what I did. End those criminals forever.
That's true. I didn't want to admit it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel it.
2 questions ago, Spidey said, no, never.
That's human. Anger, wanting revenge. It's not wrong to feel emotions like that. It's wrong to act on them.
Here's the real difference between us, Spider-Man. I'm at peace with who I am.
Are you though?
You shouldn't be.
And you should? Then why aren't you?
Sorry, Cletus. I just figured out talking to a psycho killer isn't gonna give me the answers I'm after.
I know what will. Death.
His name changed to Carnage.
My luck. I'll get busted for smoking in public.
Okay, it's not near him at all then.
Deep inside, you're just a scared kid, aren't you? Glad you're not on the other one.
Get him into the flames.
Cletus, I can help get you to people who can fix what they do to you.
Right?
You're the one who needs fixing, Spider-Man. I'm finally perfect. What I was always meant to be.
And he looks like the ultimate Spider-Man version. We meant to just like I don't understand. Oh right, that makes more sense. What the fuck?
It's just
Hey, you'd be less nervous if you picture me naked.
Heal, Spider-Man, heal! Oh shit.
It's like a disaster movie, but just for you.
Let's say. Why isn't he just dying? He's in the flame!
you and everyone like you. Chaos is the only thing that's real. Chaos and death. When I've got my faggot, we'll spread the word. We'll wake everyone up.
I wish you wouldn't. After the week I'm having, I could really use a nice long nap.
Heal up, for fuck's sake! There we go. Jesus Christ. Where is he? Right, you little shit.
I still get butterflies when I fight the bad guys.
Where is he?
See, we're the same. We both bleed red.
Stick around a while. Okay, they can't all be winners.
Come into the flame, dude!
Seismic blast has a way of bringing people together on the floor.
Come on! Oh my god. What have we been up to since you last seen BBC? Shitloads. It's been like 8 years. Well, 6 years after Shout Out Saturday. I've not seen anything of you until followed you on Insta. Here and there, theatre, voiceover, writing, production, podcasting. I've been doing loads. To literally break it down would just take a while. Look at my spotlight. Just because someone who's made TV isn't on TV doesn't mean they're not making stuff. I started out as a theatre actor as well, so TV was a relatively new career concept. It was never where I wanted to go. Why did that not shock it?
This isn't personal, I just think you're a jerk.
Why are you fighting me?
Fall into the flames, you prick. Where's he gone?
You're wrong.
Where's he gone?
The whole reason I do this is to stop people like you.
Oh god. No, I don't mind you asking at all, but it's a long story. That's like 8 years of my life to try and explain. I've been around. There you go.
You don't kill me.
Oh, shitting hell. There we go. Oh. Yeah, Ian there with the short. That's a showreel version. It's weird because I'm looking at the time on my wife bill.
It's not the answer, please.
But she's not going to be home today. She's got the day off. She's in Cardiff watching the game. Oh. Oh. Did we do it?
What's the matter, Peter?
No.
You look like you lost your last friend. Hey, but I know for a fact you've still got at least one.
It's Uncle Ben.
They gave him all the heavy lifting.
I miss him so much. I just feel lost without him.
Excuse me?
He raised me. I loved him. And he died because he was looking for me. I'm not sure how to live with that.
Let me ask you something, Pilgrim. Your Uncle Ben, he was one of the best people I ever knew.
You knew him?
Everyone loved him. He had an amazing life, right?
You knew him?
Why do you want to make it all about how it ended? What counts isn't how he died, Peter.
Completely up
what
to you,
matters
Sam. What
is
you
really
feel.
the way he
I think
lived.
stage is the best way to learn.
I want you to make his life mean something.
I
want you to be the man he raised you to be. The man that he was so proud of when he saw what you were growing into.
He told you that?
All the time. Your uncle knew what a tough place the world could be. He knew that it needs heroes. And hey, take it from me, you are one of those heroes. So what do you say? Are you gonna go out there and prove it?
Me and your
want
uncle
you
were
to
friends,
do it
maybe,
for Uncle
kind of.
Ben, and for me.
Yeah. Yes, Dan. I will. I miss Uncle Ben. I'll always miss him.
Look,
But I don't have to replace him. Because he already gave me everything I needed.
It's a shame it's such a garbage production.
Now it's up to me to honor his memory by
little
using
cameo
what
in
he
the
gave
Insomniac
me
game is so much better.
in a way that'll make him proud.
Squad.
Enough said. Enough said.
He said one of his catchphrases. Squad, I've been dabbling with the idea of doing a subathon. You know, we just like stream for 12 hours and the whole point is to get subscriber goal, right? I've been thinking of doing a subathon in the very near future. I've got a little bit of free time. I know, obviously, the Squad, we've seen the game... Oh, there's the credits. We've seen the game a million times, but, like, what do you think about doing a complete playthrough of Insomniac Spider-Man? Like a whole story playthrough, all the side missions, no stops, as a subathon task. So, like, we just play the whole game all the way through. It'd probably take about 14 hours or more to do the whole thing flawlessly. Hey, Cobbleface is tuning in. Fair enough. Because I know we played it in full on this channel just over 2 years ago, and we did it in little segments.
Oh, you can
over
rely on me,
since.
Mr. Mayor. I consider it my honor to provide any help I can.
Just need help
What
breathing.
happened to young Osborn is tragic, but never fear. I'll continue to finance the task force myself.
Well, this is how they explain why they start attacking
And, at the risk of seeming overconfident, I promise you, with the criminal organizations that plagued our city crushed, the crime rate will go down to a manageable level. Yeah. Goodbye.
What the hell?
There you are. Come in, my friend. Come in.
Menka.
I couldn't have done this without you. Chameleon.
Oh, God.
What happens now?
Isn't it weird how they're playing this like it's a twist? It
Now,
doesn't really make sense.
the real work begins.
Except it doesn't. I also love how Chameleon's design is super lazy. They just put like a latex texture over part of an NPC character's head. So if there had been a third game, they would have had to have completely redesigned it. I can't fucking believe they gave this game a post-credits teaser sequence. Oh. Awful. Awful. Awful.
Can't ever forget why I'm here. To help people.
Huh. An anticlimactic ending. What a boring fucking ending. Dramatic music to make it seem like there was points.
Who could resist that?
We learned some things and made some friends along the way, except we didn't because this game was shit. Fuck! God, this game was so bad. But the thing is, in 2014, this was all we had. If you wanted to play a Spider-Man game...
Spider-Man isn't stopping crime. Why is he allowed to remain free?
Spider-Man, posh British man, what's our reason? In 2014, this was all we had. And that blows my fucking mind, considering the absolute quality of what Insomniac did with the Spider-Man license not 4 years later. Literally, just 4 years later, Insomniac knocked it out of the park and created quite possibly the definitive superhero game in the form of Spider-Man 2018. Bizarre! But that's what happens when a studio with a vision gets to make a game using the license, using the property, and isn't forced to do it in a tiny amount of time. Could Beanox have created something pretty definitive here? It's possible. Like, I would argue, on a gameplay level, this game is better, controversial opinion incoming, than Spider-Man 2 for the PS4. But that's not because this is a game made with more care or invention. That's just because the technology had improved by this point. Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, sorry, that has held up as a classic because it was an innovator at the time. We fondly remember it for like Bruce Campbell's voice acting and like the really wooden voice acting from Tobey Maguire. And its story was handled quite well. Its adaptation of the movie worked well. This game is better than that one on a technical level, but it doesn't mean this is a good game. Now, Spider-Man games came out after this. I think Edge of Time came out just after this one. That was a sort of sequel to Shadow... to Shattered Dimensions, which was 2013, which was very good. A year prior to this, there was a Spider-Man game that was incredible, Shattered Dimensions. Edge of Time isn't great. We've played a fair few Spider games on here. Would we play more? Maybe. Maybe it's worth digging out the PS1 and the PS4 and going back to the old school stuff. They're probably working on it by the time this game's coming out. Insomniac, yeah, the license agreement would have happened not too long after this. Do I ever play the Avengers game? Yes, it's one of the worst fucking games we've ever played on this stream. The Avengers game, the main story was fine. Kamala was a great character to follow. Natasha became my immediate... Like, Black Widow became my immediate playable character that I kept playing as because I just really liked her style. Because everyone else felt underpowered. Hulk felt useless in the Avengers, Square Enix Avengers game. Hulk felt useless. Thor's control scheme was fine, but then I played God of War 2018. I was like, no, this is good. Thor is a shit version of this. Cap felt like a neutered Batman from the Arkham series. Iron Man felt tanky and awful. Kamala and Widow felt like fun to play. I played Hawkeye Future Imperfect, and I played the Kate Bishop stuff. Their control schemes are fine, but they're basically the same. We played War for Wakanda here on this channel. If you're watching this on Twitch right now, after this stream, go to my uploads here on Twitch, and my highlights of the War for Wakanda, glitches and all, playthrough are on here to watch as like a 25-minute supercut. I have not bothered booting it back up again on either my PS4 or 5 to play the Spider-Man DLC. I have not bothered because I've had no inclination to do it, especially because there was no story mission, so it's not like I could sink my teeth into anything other than just more clunky gameplay. The fact that they have, recently announced, who is it they've recently announced as a playable character? That's it! Mighty Thor! Jane Foster Thor, and the way they're spinning it is she's a Thor from a different dimension. Fine, whatever. Mighty Thor, and I'm like, oh, wait, hang on, is that just the Thor control scheme again? It is. So a game that promised, that Avengers game promised brand new characters every month, starting 2 months after launch, now nearly 2 years after launch, has given us two Hawkeyes. Love both characters, but two Hawkeyes. That's two characters with the same control scheme and a few different gadgets. Spider-Man, Black Panther, who's basically souped up Captain America in terms of his control scheme, and a second Thor, who's just the same as the other Thor, but a different character. Do you remember when people cracked into the code and they found code for like Ant-Man, Captain Marvel? Pretty sure someone found a Wonder Man code in there somewhere. It's like, can we have these, please? That game is garbage. Marvel's success rate for games has always been shaky, and it's usually because of the developers or publishers they work with. Activision, like this game. Activision were the distributor for pretty much every Marvel game up until about 2016, and then they lost the license. 2016, 2017. Under Activision, some studios made incredible stuff, like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 at that time. Like, they were incredible. The Spider-Man comic book games on the PS1 and GameCube were brilliant. N64 and the GameCube, sorry. The Punisher game for the PlayStation 2, incredible stuff. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 and X-Men Legends 1 and 2 started a whole new version of Marvel's version of the top-down Baldur's Gate style gameplay. Incredible. Absolutely great for the time. Still a lot of fun to play now, especially in co-op with a friend. Another company has got the license to that now, and they did an Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch, which I've got, and I had a blast playing. Activision also oversaw Shattered Dimensions. Great game. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Brilliant game, completely detached from its source material. It was a movie tie-in game by accident because it was another game just being developed by that team, a Wolverine game, an 18-certificate Wolverine game. That then they were told, there's a movie coming out, make a movie tie-in game, and they went, or how about we just blend the two projects together? And they did, and created an 18-certificate version of X-Men Origins Wolverine that is vastly superior to the movie in every way. So they can, under Activision's thingy, they could knock it out the park sometimes. This fucking travesty was not one of those times. This was awful. Which is why I thank you all massively for joining me on this big damn play of Amazing Spider-Man 2. I hope you had fun. I think we definitely had fun taking the piss out of it. We had a laugh ripping into it. I know I did, and I hope you did too. What big damn play should we do next? What story-led game should we do next? We'll have a chat about it over on the Discord. That's right. If you're a subscriber, you get access to the Discord as long as you're a subscriber. We hang out there all the time. Also, if you subscribe, you'll be supporting me, which is great. Thanks for that. You get cool emotes and access to all the past broadcasts in their entirety here on Twitch. Not just that. Oh no. Not just that. You could subscribe for no extra cost to yourself if you're an Amazon Prime user. If you're an Amazon Prime user, you can connect it to your Twitch, and with Twitch Prime, subscribe for 1 month, no charge at all. You can resubscribe every month if you want to, or subscribe to someone else every month if you want to, for no extra charge, but it does support me. I want to thank you massively for watching, tuning in. Ian and Cobble and everybody, thank you so much. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. If you watch this on YouTube in the future, you could have watched it in the past. Twitch.tv/officialcdj. Subscribers, I'll see you in the Discord. We'll debate what the next big damn play should be. Have a wonderful afternoon or evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye.